Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to hype the video. Now let's just get into it. So, Ohio State just defeated Michigan 27-9, I believe. And this game, this was a pretty embarrassing loss. I'm going to keep it 100. This was pretty embarrassing because in the trenches, Ohio State did what we've been doing to them in the second half. Ryan Day's second half adjustments, like I just said on the big call-in show, the big college football show this morning, that second half adjustments were going to be who really takes control of this game. And Michigan's were non-existent, and Ohio State, Ryan Day's cooking this year in his second half adjustments. I said that. But this game starts off, and Michigan gets a field goal. Then we get an interception and get another field goal. And to me, the game was lost on those two drives where you had a really good first drive with Jordan Marshall before he got hurt. And then the second drive, another good run by Jordan Marshall, and then he gets hurt. And you got it in good field position because Jair Hill got an interception. Shout out to Jair Hill for that early. And you came up with 6 points. You didn't try to throw it in the end zone except once, which was a back shoulder to McCulley. I ain't seen a back shoulder to McCulley all year. Obviously, you can't execute it. Why the hell you running a back shoulder on a third down in the red zone against Ohio State? You ain't executed that all year. Now, all of a sudden, you think you can execute it. If you could have executed that, you'd have been doing it. But we lost this game in the first quarter, I believe. Because when you had opportunities to get touchdowns, you just wanted to run the ball. You just wanted to run it. You were scared to let Bryce throw. You didn't have the misdirection, the eye candy, and something off of it to try to get in the end zone, to try to make these guys confused. You just tried to run it. This defense is too good for you to just think you're going to run it down their throat every time. And that's what we were doing in the first half. Bryce was 3 for 5 for 16 yards in the first half. We had another good drive where we just ran it every time. Every time the Kuzdal, just run it. Bro, then we get in Ohio State's territory, and Ohio State's linebackers, they're triggering. It's obvious y'all going to keep running it. So then we get a Kuzdal play that ends up in a loss of like 5 or 6 or something like that. Drive over, we had to settle for another field goal. So we go from it was 2nd and 9 to it goes to 3rd and 15 or 16. Now you can't use the play action. You running it down their throat early, and you don't have I get tired of this. I get tired of this because it doesn't make sense. When you run the ball that much, you do that not just to run it down their throat, but okay, they're going to trigger because this is a good defense. They're going to understand, okay, they're just running it down. They're trying to just run it down our throat. Then you come with the play action. This is football 101, bro. What makes you think you was just going to be able to run that ball down their throat with Kuzdal at that point? Like, it just didn't make sense, bro. You come with a play action at that time because the linebackers are triggering. You bonehead. Just stupid. So then Ohio State kind of gets going, and we go in half, 17-9. They hit Zeke Berry on a double move for a touchdown to Jeremiah Smith. You could say he bobbled it or not. They called it a touchdown. I mean, I could. Oh, They called it a touchdown. I mean, what are we supposed to say? Because it was close. It was close. He bobbled it, but refs don't want to make that type of call. That was a call that would have been had everybody kind of hot. But coming out of halftime, no adjustments. And the thing that they did in the second half, Ohio State took control with ball control, running it down our throat, and deep bomb to Carnell Tate. So Carnell Tate has a long developing route, and we didn't get any type of pass rush in this game. And I said that in my pregame analysis. If we can't get a pass rush, it's possible it could get ugly. You get what I'm saying? So once we didn't get we couldn't get a pass rush. It didn't surprise me how the game started to turn out. But Hillman is the other safety. He's dropping down, and he doesn't see Carnell Tate going over the top. He's wide open. And that was pretty much the ball game. You know, then they just start running it down our throat. Shout out to Bo Jackson. He played very well, making guys miss, making something out of nothing, making guys miss. You get what I'm saying? But he ran the ball very well. The thing that boggled my mind about this game, though, was Sharon Moore, Chip Lindsey, the play calling. That was scared ball. You played scared for too long. I don't know what made you think that this was going to be exactly like last year and you could just score 13 points and win the game. I don't know what made you think that was going to be the case, where you don't even have to try to take shots at the end zone when you're in their territory. I don't know what made you think that. Well, me saying that, let me stop. Because Bryce Underwood, you ain't seen a freshman like me. Everybody wanted to get on me. You ain't seen a freshman like me. Everybody wanted to get on me when I said I didn't like it. Because Oklahoma, USC, Ohio State, the best teams we've played, he's looked like boo-boo. And I don't care if don't nobody like it, because I said it. Stop feeling yourself before you feel out college football. Stop feeling yourself till you prove something. I don't care if don't nobody like it. It's the facts. Bryce, pocket presence, shaky, scary. Times he could have scrambled out of the pocket. He's just throwing it to the flat. It's third and 8, 3rd and 7 or longer. The guy in the flat, the check down, he has no chance at getting the first down. Bryce is just throwing it to him. Some of the times, there wasn't even a real pass rush. Some of the times, he could have escaped the pocket. The pass rush is coming, but he's got time to escape the pocket if he tries. Other times, he's stepping up in the pocket. No need to step up. Getting rid of it too fast. Bryce plays Sharon, scared ball. And Bryce Underwood looked like his coach, scared ball. That was scared ball. Bryce Underwood in this game had no feel for the game at all. No feel for the pass rush. No feel for letting the plays develop. He just, let me get rid of it. Bro, there's nobody coming at you. It's not even a real pass rush, and you trying to get rid of the ball? Like, what are you doing? Like, offensively, besides the run game early, offensive game plan was lackluster. And I know Ohio State fans, that's because of our defense. No, watch the tape. Even Joel Klatt was saying some of this stuff during the game. Like, Bryce is just getting rid of the ball. He's just getting rid of it. He's not letting the plays develop. He's just getting rid of it. He don't want to get hit today. Like, he don't want to get hit. I don't like that. But who had him bubble wrapped all year, scared to play? The biggest game every time we played a big time matchup, he's bubble wrapped. Then we come into Ohio State. No read. I think we saw one read play maybe early. I think it was just a designed run. Saw one early. Didn't see much after that. Besides the run game, these dudes didn't know what the hell they was doing. Looked like the game plan was just, okay, we just gonna run it down their throat. Boy, you about an idiot if that was your actual game plan. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it real. Game plan was garbage, bro. You thought you were just gonna run it every time. I'm just gonna run it every time and kick field goals. I'm not gonna take any shots when we get in the red zone. Then, did Andrew Marsh play? I know we targeted him a few times. One was a pass interference. I think another one was a deep ball, maybe. They weren't even barely trying to get him the ball. They weren't even trying to get him the ball, really. We're just going to try to run it down their throat. If that was your game plan, you're an idiot. I'm going to keep it real. Like, that game plan was straight garbage. It was straight garbage. And Bryce played like trash. You know what I'm saying? He played like trash, but the game plan they had for him wasn't good. It wasn't good. Now, obviously Jordan Marshall got hurt, which he was running it well before he got hurt. It would have been interesting to see if we had some of these guys. But this is my thing with this team, and I'm going to keep it 100 because this was it. This was to really put a stamp on the season to try to make the playoff. And you came up with a dud. This was a dud. So, Ernest Hausman, he's got some type of crisis that we don't know what's going on. God forbid we tell people what's going on. Samaj Morgan, what happened to him? Did he quit? I don't know. We don't know. He's hurt. Is he? Barely done played. He hurt all of a sudden after he done got benched. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is going on with some of these players? What is going on? Sharon in this I want to be your best friend stuff, it's about over for that, bro. It's over for that I'm your friend stuff. And I know you people gonna say, well, Johnny, we're 9-3. I need people to understand we had an easy schedule. The best 3 teams we played kicked our doors in. I need people to understand that. And you're losing pretty much all of those defensive linemen. I mean, not many of them are real studs. Even Derek Moore couldn't get pressure this game. So they got a lot of work to do in this offseason to rebuild that D-line with difference makers. Not just guys that are out there, difference makers. Wink, I didn't see many twists and stunts. They came back with the flip-flopping freshman into the game. This wasn't the game for that. And as soon as you did it, Julian Sand and Ryan Day went right after him. Number 13, I don't know what his name is. I don't think I've barely seen him this year. I don't know. He's a big corner. I'm not sure why he was in the game. But that's what we've been doing all year, is putting freshmen and players that have never played in the game in the second quarter. Like, some of this is the dumbest stuff I've ever seen. And we talked about it. If it wasn't me, it was Juju. We've talked about them doing this dumb stuff all year. It makes no sense. I don't care about no NIL. We the only idiots trying to play freshmen and sophomore that aren't ready early in the game. You play all these teams where you get a lead and you're up, and you can play those guys then. But we do it all year. It don't matter who we playing. Just let them come in and get torched for a few plays. Who cares? Just let them come in and get torched. You know? So that's the thing. Wink Wink with the blitzing up the middle, not smart. It's not smart to blitz up the middle when you can't get there. Your best bet to try to get there to make the quarterback get rid of the ball early is blitzing off the edge. But we're blitzing up the middle. It's not getting there. It hasn't gotten there all year. But if you blitz off the edge, you have a chance of getting there to at least make him get rid of the ball early. But we just kept doing this same stuff. I didn't see many twists or stunts. I'm about done with Wink. I'm going to keep it real. I'm about done with Wink, because just remembering how Jesse Minter ran that defense, and I don't care if all the defensive tackles aren't coming through. I don't care. They're not getting killed. I'd rather have him step up and there's a guy right there than us blitzing up the middle and it gets stoned and he's still got a super clean pocket. I want to come off the edge to try to make him a little more uncomfortable. And sometimes the blitz, the guy off the edge won't even be seen, so you might have a free shot. But yeah, Michigan got masterclassed in this one. Where in its first half, it was a feel out. Second half, Ohio State did whatever they wanted to. On the ground, through the air, pretty much. They did whatever they wanted to do. Sharon's game plan, straight boo-boo. Wink's game plan, it wasn't that good. But early on, we had chances to really put the pressure on Ohio State for us to get a lead. So now it's actually, when they score, it's actually a game. But we kicked field goals. No shots. No imagination to the offense. Oh, we're just going to run it. We're just going to try to run it every time. That game plan was straight garbage. But then I can't all the way get on the game plan because Bryce looks like he's terrified to take a hit. I got to get rid of it. I got to get rid of it. Bryce, nobody's there. What are you getting rid of it for? What are you throwing it into the flat when you know this dude is about to get flatlined? Well, I'd rather him get hit than me. You ain't trying to scramble. You ain't trying to make a play. You just, let me get rid of it. Throwing it as hard as you can to the flat. And nothing comes of it because they're on the flat. Like this game plan, they need to get a quarterback coach today. As soon as possible. Find the best quarterback coach you can find. And you need to help. You need to have him, Bryce, you spend the summer with him. You spend the summer with him because his footwork comes and goes. And the way he's getting rid of the ball, his pocket presence, antsy when it doesn't need to be, it's just terrible. It's just terrible, And shout out to Ohio State. They did what they supposed to do. Blood in the water. Let's get it. And that's what they did, But the game plan and some of the execution was just horrible by Michigan. The tackling. Second half, the tackling just disappeared. No wrap-ups. All this chasing big hits. No wrap-ups. So many guys just flying to the ball and just throwing their body at them. That ain't how you play good football. That's not how you play fundamentally sound football. So, first hit, running back bounces off of it and keeps getting yards because you're not wrapping up. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. All these little things that I was nitpicking early in the year or all year showed up today. And quiet as kept, it showed up in every good team that we played, every top 25 team that we played, whether that was USC, whether that was Ohio State, whether that was Oklahoma. It all showed up. And what else showed up? Terrible game plan. Terrible game planning. You don't beat good teams like that. You got away with it last year, but to think that you could come into this game with that game plan, you're an idiot. I'm gonna keep it real. You're an idiot. You thought you was gonna come into here with that run it down their throat game plan with no play action off of it, trying to throw screens. We threw a throwback screen. Bro, that stuff ain't gonna work on this fast defense, bro. They're too well coached, you know? And you saw Michigan, whether it was Julian saying after he threw that pick, whether he was throwing to the flat, hitting his check down, or throwing downfield, Michigan players flying up slow. What I can't even call that flying up. Coming up slow. Like Michigan looked really slow in this game, defensively. Coming up slow. The guy's wide open. Julian saying scrambling for yards late because nobody's over there. The sense of urgency on some of these plays, it was just non-existent. I'm going to keep it real. The sense of urgency and the understanding of what Ohio State is doing, it just wasn't there for most of this game defensively. You know, if I'm Sharon, I get rid of Wink because I know people say, "Oh, you can't blame the position coaches. They rotate the players in. The defensive coordinator has final say on if he wants to rotate all those dudes in. It's not the unless it's an injury, it's not the position coaches. The defensive coordinator has final say on that. And whether it was D linemen, you never had a true rotation, just flip-flopping guys in all year. Secondary, flip-flopping guys in all year. Shout out to Sullivan and Rolder. They had to play basically the whole game. You know, Hausman, who knows what went on with him. I don't know if it was mental issues or what, but we definitely needed him today. You know, a senior linebacker. He was needed. You know, I don't know what you're going through, but you let your brothers down. I'm going to keep it real. He going through, I don't know what he's going through, but he definitely let his brothers down. He let the fans down, but he let his brothers down. You know, and I ain't going to touch on it too much because I don't know what exactly he's going through, but, you know, so I'm looking at Sharon sideways because you play too scary. He played too much scared ball. He coaches too scary. And, you know, we thought Harbaugh kept it a little close to the vest. Sharon got him beat times 10. Sharon played so close to the vest. He coaches so scared. He coaches so scared, and looks like Bryce done took after his coach. He's scared. He's scared. He's scared as hell. Scared as hell out there. Scared to get hit. Scared to sit back there. Bro, why are you throwing the ball to the check down? You have no pass rush. What are you doing? Why are you giving up on plays? You're not trying to scramble. You're not trying to do nothing. Let's get to some of these stats, and then I'm going to get off of here, y'all. But shout out to Kuzdal and Marshall. They ran hard for when they did. Second half, we didn't really do anything, you know. And then when we did run in the second half, see, first half we had more success on the edges. Second half, we decided to run up the middle when we did get a few plays because we didn't do anything second half. Let's see. Bryce was 8 of 18 for 63 yards, an interception and a sack. Rushed it 6 times for 1 yard. Jordan Marshall, 7 carries, 61 yards. 8.7 a carry. I wish Marshall was healthy for this. Who knows? But it only goes so far when you're scared to pass the ball. When you don't have an idea of how you want to attack a defense. You're scared to use play action. You use play action like it's a trick play. Like you're not running the ball every time and they're going to be firing up when you do the play action. But you waited till we were down so much. Now play action doesn't matter. Nobody's going to fall for it, you idiot. This is some dumb stuff, bro. I don't watch too much football. This is coaching 101. You run the ball like that. You play action with it. I say it every time because the fact that he doesn't do it, it irks me. That's stupid ball. Let's see. Kuzdal had 38 yards. He had one good drive where he was running it very well. But that's the drive that we didn't use play action. And we just kept trying to run it. And then Kuzdal got that loss of 5 or 6. And drive over. We got a field goal. McCulley, 3 catches for 46, 7 targets. Jordan Marshall, 1 catch for 10 yards. Andrew Marsh, no catches. I'm not even sure how many times he was targeted. Couldn't have been targeted that much. Let's see. 7 targets for McCulley, 3 for Marshall, 4 for Kuzdal. You see? 1 for Tonelli, 3 for Klein. But most of these passes, besides the ones to McCulley, they were all checkdowns to the flat. Whether Bryce had pressure or he didn't have pressure, he was throwing that ball to the flat, playing scared. That boy was scared out there. I don't care if don't nobody like it. It's Bryce. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Patrick Mahomes. If you're playing scared, I'm gonna call it out. That boy was out there playing scared. Oh, I'm scared to sit back here. Terrible. So he basically threw 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And 7 to McCulley's. So he basically, I'd say out of these 18 passes, 6 of them were quick checkdowns just to throw it. Just to get rid of the ball. Hit him, don't hit me. You laying your teammates out to dry because you're scared to take a hit. You scared to scramble outside the pocket. Sharon, he's scared to run him. This game plan was so bad. And what makes it worse is Ohio State gave them chances, and some of the play calls were good with the run game in the first quarter. And Jair Hill got that interception. You had the opportunity to try to go up 14-0 in this game. Now, I know Ohio State fans will say that wouldn't have mattered. Well, it would have been that changes the whole game, but we're not even taking shots. We're just trying to run it down their throat. It's just dumb. Oh, let's look at some of these numbers and let's get out of here. So, Michigan ran it for 100 yards. Ohio State ran it for 186. It still stands. Whoever runs the ball better wins the game. Now, Ohio State pretty much did whatever they wanted to do, especially in that second half, but they ran it down our throat that second half. They ran it down our throat. Played ball control, ran it down our throat. Our defensive guys ready to fight and stuff. Ain't no fighting after the play, bro. Stop them. Y'all coming up chicken winging and ain't making fundamentally sound tackles. No. All that friendly stuff is over. Go talk to your best friend. When you wonder why you getting the results, go talk to your best friend. Best friend. Come talk to him. Your scared best friend. And that's what happened. Passing yards. Julian saying 233. Bryce Underwood 63 yards. 3 of 5 in the first half. You ain't trying. You either too dumb to understand what the hell is going on, or you're incompetent. Which one is it? Because every time we play a big game, you come out with these idiot game plans. So I guess you got one more game before I'm just through. Because these game plans are ridiculous. I'm not sitting up here watching us play Oklahoma and we come out with these same garbage game plans. Play USC, same garbage game plan. Play Ohio State, same garbage game plan. Like from Bryce early in the year to now, he's regressed. I'm gonna keep it 100. He's regressed. Because you bubble wrap him. I don't want to get, you better have 2 quarterbacks. Shut up. Shut up. You better have a backup plan for your career in a minute. Scared ball. And now Bryce playing scared ball. First game, he ready to throw blocks. Last game against Ohio State, he was 6 feet away from me. I had to get rid of it. Who is that? That wasn't no baller. That wasn't, put the game on me. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do to try to move this ball. What I saw was, let me get rid of it. Let me get rid of it. Let me get rid of it. There's no pass rush on some of these. Now, some of them there were some pass rush, but he also didn't try to get outside the pocket. Bryce was running slow. I don't know what was up. Maybe he's injured and I'm just hard on him. Until I find out, I'm going to be hard on people. Because y'all keep it too close to the vest. You don't want me to be hard on them. Tell us what the hell going on. You know? Bryce threw an interception at the end. And that's basically it. You know? Second half. Got masterclassed, and Sharon looks like he don't know what the hell he doing. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like offensively. He looked like he don't know what he's doing, and Wink got masterclassed again. He got masterclassed against USC, Oklahoma. I'm about done with Wink. You play the you I don't know what you're doing with all these flip-flopping guys, not knowing who should be the starter, not know who should be the first off the bench. Just flip-flop them. Flip-flop them. Throw that freshman in. Throw him in. Yeah, it's Ohio State. Let's throw him in. Yeah. See what he can do against Carnell Tate. Hey, I don't mind. About time for him to go too. So, we'll see who we play in the bowl game, but this was an embarrassing loss. I'm going to keep it real. Ohio State felt the game out in the first half. Second half, they say, all right, we got him. We got him. So that's pretty much what it was. So that's all I got for this one, y'all. Got to hear trash talk from Buckeyes for a year. It's going to be a long year, y'all. So like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.